All right, guys, just made it to Houston, Texas, and we are at the first spot of the day. I already got the first herp, invasive brown anole, which I'll show you guys a better look at this guy in a second. All right, so here's a better look at this brown anole male. You can kind of tell he has a dewlap with my phone. There we go. You can see his dewlap's a little bit red. These guys are invasive, but still a really cool species. This is my first one that I've actually got hands on before. But I'm just gonna snap a quick photo and then I'm gonna release him right where I found him. Next herp of the day is just another brown anole, but a really nicely patterned one. Just missed a water snake a minute ago out in this marsh. Not too sure of what species it was. I'll tell you guys right now that I did not study up very well on the herps of Texas. So I'm just gonna learn as I go on this little trip. I'm gonna be down here for 5 days. So I'm sure that we're gonna get to see a lot of stuff, but these guys are pretty cool. Only the second time I've ever seen these guys before, so I'll take that. Even though they are invasive, they're still a pretty cool species to me. All right, so the next herp of the day that I'm able to get hands on is this leopard frog, which I'm pretty sure but not positive that in this range, I'm in the Houston area right now. I'm pretty sure these guys are still the southern leopard frogs that I can see back home where I live. My camera will focus, there we go. But tons of these guys around. There's a couple other frog species calling that I'm not too sure what they are. But I'm just gonna leave this guy go right back where I found him. So the next herp of the day is this skink species, which I have no idea at all what this could be. Obviously, once I figure this out, I will put the name tag in the video. But pretty interesting looking thing. It's kind of brown on top. We've got black stripes on the side, and it's rather long. You can see he's already missing his tail. But so I don't know what his tail looked like when he had it. But pretty cool species. We just found him in the grass right next to the road. But we're just gonna leave him right back into the grass where he was. And I don't know if you can hear the frogs in the background. I'm gonna attempt to find whatever those are, because I haven't been able to figure it out. Maybe narrow-mouthed toads. But right now we're birding, but I will keep updating you guys whenever we find more herps. All right, guys, just found the next herp of the day in this roadside ditch. Some species of turtle, and I'm gonna guess right now that it will be a slider. So, oh, don't get away. Yep. Oh, sharp claws on this guy. Big red-eared slider. Yeah, that's a nice one. That's probably the biggest one I've ever caught before. But I don't know if these guys are native down here. They probably are this far south, red-eared sliders, which is interesting for me because usually all the red-eared sliders I've ever seen have been in places where they shouldn't be. But really cool. I'm going to cut this video and then I'm going to flip him around. He's kind of heavy to flip around so I can show you guys his belly. So here's the belly of this red-eared slider. Definitely not the prettiest belly I've ever seen on this species before, but pretty cool. The interesting thing about this turtle is he is missing a foot, which I've seen a few turtles like that this year. I guess these old ones, you know, they live many of years where they can get injuries from other predators and stuff like that. But I already took a photo of this girl, so I am just going to release her back into her ditch. All right, guys, so next snake of the day is this crazy water snake trying to get himself off the road. I don't even know what species this is, so hopefully I can get good video to be able to ID him. That's cool. Yeah, I have no idea. He is a juvenile of some species. And unfortunately, with Texas laws, I cannot touch him since we are in a national wildlife refuge. But that's cool. Well, I'm gonna take a photo while he's like this, but I will definitely tag the name of this species when I upload the video. Alright guys, so here's the first herp of the night. This guy was just on the edge of the road and I watched him hop off, but this is a Gulf Coast toad. I think I'm about 99% positive that this is a Gulf Coast toad. I knew these guys were down here and these guys are pretty abundant, but cool toad. Definitely one of my highlights that I wanted to see while I was down here in Texas. But I'm gonna snap probably a photo or two more of this guy, and then I'm just gonna let him go on this side of the road. Alright guys, so we are just walking the edge of a road right now next to a ditch. And here is my lifer, Cottonmouth. We've already seen one dead one today, and prior to today, I saw one dead one in North Carolina one time, but never a live one. So I will consider this my lifer, and these snakes are absolutely gorgeous. I love the head on that thing. But that is really cool. Really glad I got to see one of these. We're just gonna leave them be after I take a photo or two. And we're gonna keep on hiking along this road in this wet ditch and see what else we can find tonight. Next herp of the night and a new species for today is an American bullfrog. But these guys are pretty common. I think this is actually my first one that I caught this year. I've seen plenty up in Maryland, but never been able to get hands on them. But I already took a photo, so I'm just gonna put this guy right back where he found him. So the next herp of the night is this invasive Mediterranean gecko. But these guys are pretty cool. These are lifer for myself. Sadly, they are invasive. But right next to this guy, there's actually a ton of them on this little wall. But right on the door is a little baby, what I think is a squirrel tree frog. That's really cool. That's my second one ever. And much smaller than the first individual that I saw in North Carolina. That's really cool. A lot of things are out tonight, so we're gonna keep going around. We're actually going to look for a bird right now, a nocturnal bird. So we're just stumbling upon a lot of these herps, but we will let you guys know if we find anything else. Next is another really nice looking Mediterranean gecko. These guys are so cool looking. Like I said, sadly they are invasive species, but there's really nothing you can do about these guys now because they seem to be everywhere in Texas. Oh, there's actually, look at that. Another squirrel tree frog. That's cool. When I'm finding geckos, I'm finding squirrel tree frogs. But I'm just gonna take a photo of this guy and then I'm just gonna release him back where I found him on this wall. Next herp is a really nice looking, I'm assuming these guys are southern leopard frogs in this region of Texas, but pretty cool, really pretty frog. I'm just gonna leave him be and we're gonna keep on herping. Hello everyone, I am back in West Virginia, back from Texas. The second half of this video is just going to be some videos of some other animals, of birds, some reptiles, and one mammal species. About halfway through the trip, I kind of just gave up on making some herp content and just focused on birding, since there's a lot of birds to see down there, and that was the main goal of the trip that I was taking. But hope you guys enjoy the next few clips, and I will see you in the next video.
Well, as good as the truck shot you could ever. Did you get him?
Yeah, I'm videoing him.
What is the whistling duck making up?